My name is Imms Moses, and my official name is Imms Moses. I'm the founder of AC Boxing Sport and Entertainment. And here are my top 10 sport essentials. This is my number 10 on the list. The reason why it's number 10 because I got it just recently after my career was already established. So it gives me better communications to actually run my business, and I can move around with it because it's very comfortable, very small. When I travel, go to the gym, I still have it. When I can go to a coffee shop, maybe have a drink or anything, lunchtime, I can still take it out of my bag and start working. So it's my number 10, but it came from my success. We move to my number 9 on the list. We got this equipment, we call it George Foreman. This is the most expensive equipment in my gym in terms of training equipment for a coach, because it helps fighters to know how to punch to the body. Back in the days, you have mats that you have to bring to your body in order to catch the shots, and which is like this. Sometimes it hurts, especially when the guys are heavier than me. So when they hit, you move, and you have to keep your hands right here so they can punch right here with their body shots. Now, when I got this equipment, you weigh it around your body, and then the fighter will punch here, and you don't feel because you can see how big it is. And it cost me $400 US. And I didn't have a choice, but I needed it in the gym because it's gonna last longer and it's gonna help the fighters. That's why you see fighters like Special One, even in his last fight, he can go to the body so easily because he's used to this equipment. Let's move to my number 8 sport essential, which are my rival boxing gloves. This is size 8, we call them 8 ounce. They are so good because most of the championships, they are being contested in this type of gloves. The quality of the gloves and the padding that protect the fighters from getting hurt, because you can see how thin it is. And these are well equipped gloves, and it's actually approved to compete in any championship, whether it's WBC, WBA, WBO. And I'm so privileged to have Rival on board, that they sponsors us, like, I think it was about 10 pairs of gloves from Rival in our previous event. And these gloves, the quality of it, and I prefer everybody to use Rival. Let's move to my number 7 sport essential items. These mats, we call them one size fit all. So when I put on this mat, I'll be able to train any boxer based on their weight class. It doesn't matter the heavyweight, they can carry the weight. It doesn't matter the middleweight until the lighter guys, because it gives them a lot of a good workout. It also works on their endurance, not really necessarily on techniques, but I use them just for a boxer to get in shape, get in work, throw more punches. And these are the mats that I use. And they also protect my hands, because back in the days when I never used to have like real quality mats, you have pain when you get home in your shoulders. But now when I put on these Rival mats, it helped me a lot. And that's why you see most of my fighters, they are always in shape, because this is more like a conditioning and strength and conditioning when you want to give them that real work, just throwing punches just to get sweat and get the weight down. These are the best one. We move to my number 6 sport essential item. It's a very special item from winning a company in Japan. The most important thing about this, I have been seeing a lot of trainers using it actually to work on their fighters when they're throwing a hook. And it also shows them when you throw a hook, you keep your hands up here, then you just use your left hook. And then the most important about this, I was gifted this by one of the regional trainer. He actually gave me this plus another mat, I just didn't bring them, which were customized with his name. And if you remember, Freddie Roach, a trainer of Manny Pacquiao, and he trained a lot of fighters. And he gave it to me when we visited his gym at World Cup Gym in Beverly Hills in California. So these are very, very important. And I had it for more than 8 years. He gave it to me, I think, 2016. It's now almost 10 years. I don't really use it that much because of the history behind it. And also Manny Pacquiao work on this same equipment that Freddie Roach gave to me. Let's move to my number 5 sport essential items. This is also kind of mats, but they also do a different work because you don't really carry the shots when they are being thrown by a boxer. So let me say at the last session of the training, where you already have done a lot, then you put this one on, you see. So when the boxer punch, it's right here. And then you can also use it just to keep them awake, to slip punches, and also to work on their defense. Because if you 1-2, then you slip them, and then they block the shot like this. So that's why it's also important, and that's why you see most of the time the fighters, you don't just train them one dimension where it's 1-2 left hook, but it's a lot of things, it's a lot of equipments. Unfortunately, not all the fighters, all the trainers can have this, because this type of equipments, you only find them most of the time international, overseas. I am so lucky to have that opportunity to travel the world and be able to bring this type of equipment so we can always train our boxers at the same level of those international fighters. This mat, if you can see, there's a target. And this is actually, I use it for both the beginners and the professional fighters already, because it really shows the fighter that you don't just throw the punches, but you make sure that they are on target. And that's why I have this mat that really makes sure that the fighter must make sure if it is a jab, it must go in the red target. And this is, I use it to work on their basics, so that you know once you move this side, you don't just throw a left hook, but make sure that left hook must land on the target. And whenever he misses, I can see it, and I make them repeat and repeat and repeat until they get it right. And that's why these mats are very, very important, and we use them more at the end of every training camp, because that is the time now where we are almost facing, ahead of fight week. So the focus must be really there. You don't waste energy. You make sure that every punch you throw, and you save energy, because when you're just throwing punches and you are not hitting your opponents, you are encouraging him to continue fighting. But when you are hitting on target, that fight won't even go a distance. That's why you see most of my fighters, when they start touching you, they will hurt you. We're almost getting there, so we're now moving to number 3 items, sport essential on my list, which is my white gold chain with the rival gloves. As you can see, I'm very passionate about boxing. So this was a gift that I got actually from Rival, because I've been supporting them. I've been putting Rival on the map through their equipment they've been providing to us. And also this chain, when I walk in Rival's store in Las Vegas last year, they say, we got this gift for you and it's special for you. So this is actually just for me when I want to feel a little bit casual, go out there, just build my confidence, walk around. And of course, I don't stay away from boxing. You can see there's a boxing gloves on it. So this is a very important chain. And of course, one of the day, maybe I'm going to hang it in the gym, because I'm not really a guy that wear a lot of jewelry and stuff like that. But as a souvenir, I will keep it in my gym. And also just for the kids to be inspired when they look at it, because everything around my life is boxing. Let's move to my number 2 on the list from my sport essential. This mat, these are focus mats, and we call them No Boxing, No Life. It's actually a slogan from Canelo Alvarez, the Guadalajara list of Mexico champion. So the reason why I love this mat, they actually work more. It's also one of the mats we used the last week of the fight, because it's about getting in the fight. It's about putting the fight mentality in the game, making sure that it's fight week, you don't think about anything else. And also the message behind No Boxing, No Life is because boxing have saved a lot of lives, especially those youngsters that didn't have choice in life. Maybe they drop out school, you brought them to the boxing gym, and it changed their life completely. So boxing, no life, it doesn't really mean that everybody must get involved in boxing to get life, but we just use it for those fighters that really were saved by the sport of boxing. If you can see, we walk in the street of Katutura, get a fight, get a kid that's just there being naughty, smoking, drinking alcohol. You bring them to the boxing gym, they change their lifestyle. They become responsible. Every day you wake up, they become healthier, you know, and then they also give an example to other kids that live in their neighborhood. That's why these mats have a big message, if you can really see. No boxing, no life. My number 2 on the list. Let's move to the very important sport essential on my list, which is my number 1. It's my Air Force One. It's a traditional shoe and it's very comfortable. Why do I love Air Force One? Because even if I didn't bring my training gear at the gym, I wouldn't waste time to say, no, today we are not training because I didn't bring my boxing gear or my shoes for training. I can use my Air Force. Even if I get a call that I must go to a meeting and I was somewhere, I can even put it on top on a suit. It still feel good and feel comfortable. And even though I'm traveling, I can put my Air Force on and put them today here in Windhoek and take them out the next day. I can sleep with these shoes because they are very, very much comfortable. And also they are very just good looking. It goes with anything. It goes with the suit, it goes with the jean, it goes with the shorty, it goes with any pants you put on. So that's why they are very, very most important to me. I'm not showing off. I'm just saying because they are not that expensive. It's one of the shoes that even the kids, you can buy them this, they can use them to go to school. They come in different color. Black, if the child like this and you want your child to be more comfortable, you can get her or him black shoes. They also fit female and male, you know, girl child, boy child, they can wear Air Force. So it's a unisex shoes and they are very comfortable. That's why they are my number one, and they walk me to the gym every day. Every day. I have more than 3 or 4 pairs of these because I love them. Sometimes people think, why do you keep buying the same shoes that look alike? Because they are more comfortable. If I buy 2, I will not buy shoes in the next 5 years. I love my Air Force One, and I feel like they are my number one. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That was my top 10 from my sport essential list. Until next time, AC Boxing, we out.